At 5:29 p.m., staff alerted me that the British singer-songwriter Charlie XCX had posted, "Kamala is Brat." Brat was the title of her latest album and identified me with her brand: edgy, imperfect, confident, embracing.
Wow. And she didn't win, huh? That was Kamala Harris terrorizing the eardrums of Americans with the audiobook release of 107 Days. Democrats are said to be privately complaining, calling it a gossip book that isn't helping the party move on. But Kamala's media blitz won't be burdened by some critics in her party. And the next stop was Joy Reid's YouTube show.
It struck me in the same way that when I read Prince Harry's book, it struck me. This question of loyalty.
Yeah.
And loyalty that sometimes doesn't feel like it's returned.
I really did not fully embrace the reality of how people felt. And I should have. I will confess to you, I do not have all the answers, Joy.
Yeah.
I mean, part of my reflection is that I don't have all the answers.
A lot of emoting there. Dana, this feels like a PR stunt. What is she really doing here? What's with the book?
Well, this is a typical book tour. I mean, they have a robust plan and they're getting out there. What does she want? I guess she wants to have some sort of writing in the history books that says she was a genius, and she wants it on record that in her mind this was the closest election in presidential history. Whatever. Right. I don't know. I'm sure there's probably some statistic out there that helps her show that. But this is a situation where every nugget is less interesting than the one before. And I hope she got a healthy advance, because I don't think it propels her to run again. I don't think it propels her to sit on a bunch of boards unless they're like mercy boards. She'll be on the mercy board for some people. She's a flash in the pan. She is being rude to everybody that helped her. There's no who is she helping? Who is she thinking of for 2028? No, she wants to burn all those people down so that she can preserve the right. But no one's going to give her money. They're not going to pay for the book. They're not going to pay for her to run again when she's going to waste $1 billion. Just one point on the Joy Reid thing, because I just heard that and it came to me that. So Joy Reid's saying your loyalty. Now I can see where Kamala Harris is kind of mad at the Bidens, and in a way I think she kind of has a right to be, because the Bidens expected all this loyalty from her even after that terrible convention. You remember that they come together, and then she feels that she was constantly undermined within the White House, even though I think she was doing her own undermining. But don't ask me. Ask the 101 staffers who went on the record to say her office was a disaster. But there's also another part of loyalty, aside from the inside the White House. When you have won the presidency and the vice presidency, your loyalty also extends to the constituents and the voters of this country. And even if they didn't vote for you, that's where your loyalty lies. And so now we know that she knew that Biden was slipping, and she didn't do anything about it. And she says she thought it was a reckless decision that he ran again. But knowing what we know now, that Otto Pan was president, then she had an obligation, and the loyalty should have been to the voters of this country. Yeah, we lose sight of that. So Jessica, I come to you as the opposite pole of this thing. You're behind enemy lines. So let me ask you, I mean, is this going to help her in any way, or is this just like nothing but anger inside the party about this book?
I feel like it's a little bit, at least for now, of a swan song. I don't think that she's obviously not running for governor of California. I don't think she thinks that she's going to be running in 2028. And I think that she wanted her own voice, quite literally, on the story of what happened in the election, because all of these different autopsies are being written by, different groups. And the ones who are saying, we got to do more of this, we need to do less of this. For me, and I have not read the book in its entirety, but from what I have seen, what is lacking for me is kind of like a vision for the future, or this, ideas about what we can do better. It is a memoir of the campaign, and so it's reflective. But I think that at a moment where people are kind of hitting her for not showing tremendous leadership, like if you wanted Pete Buttigieg, you should have taken Pete Buttigieg and gone with it. You have 107 days anyway, kind of YOLO, right?
Too gay.
And
couldn't do it. Too gay.
Also incompetent. People forget about that.
I feel like this
thanks
is a
for
podcast
reminding
in her
that.
future.
Anyway,
So, Jesse, you said the book made you cry. So tell us about it.
Jesse loves it.
I loved it. The expectations were so low for the Kamala Harris book because she couldn't talk. You think she couldn't write, but she can write, and it's the kind of writing I like. It's like a political page 6. It's all gossip. She talks about tampons fat. I know. Finally, someone said he's fat. Do you know what Doug's nickname was with the Secret Service? Playmaker. Awesome. They made her make animal noises to get her throat warmed up for debate prep. Imagine Kamala Harris making animal noises.
They did that as a joke, too. It's a prank.
She did it.
She did it.
You know who convinced Kamala Harris to run for president? Lawrence O'Donnell. So we can all blame Lawrence O'Donnell for Kamala Harris. And she also attacks Brett Baer, which I totally agree with. The guy's a jerk.
I stood up and applauded when I read that section.
Go, Phil, take us out. Come on.
Well, how do you know when it's so full of BS? So I started reading it. In every single anecdote, she quotes herself perfectly and with subjects and verbs, which is really out of ordinary. And every one of her quotes, she's always the most sensible person. The one, everybody around her is confused or anxious. It's like, oh my God, what are we gonna do? Oh my God, I think it's gonna die. And she goes, why don't you just take a beach towel and make a tourniquet? Oh my God, you saved his life. Everything's like that. She's like always got the right answer. Never believe people when they quote themselves because they're the least reliable. And you can, and once you see it in the book, on the second page when it starts, it'll drive you crazy. I get it. When you write a book, you are the central character in the book and you want to present a sane, clear voice. But her book voice is not her voice. That's why you like it.
Right.
That's not her.
Right.
That's somebody else.
Right, but it's definitely more enjoyable than listeing to Kamala Harris.
Who do you think wrote it? Come on, Jessica, you know who wrote it.
Lawrence
What do you
O'Donnell.
mean?
No. Who wrote it? Lawrence O'Donnell?
No, I don't. Maybe she had a collaborator.
Jessica wrote it.
You
I
wrote
did
it,
not
didn't you?
write
Yes,
it.
you wrote it.
And
Kamala's book? How much, Jessica? How much?
This is my last day on the 5.
All right, we gotta go. Up next, escalator gate ramps up. Was President Trump sabotaged or was it a staffer? Bum, bum, bum.
Click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You won't get it anywhere else.